Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we got everything going. You're going to see a picture of, we're going to get Bob and I in here. So if you see anything, it's going to be us. Unfortunately, we cannot do a video broadcast tonight. So you get to look at our ugly mugs for the next 3 hours.
Oh, gosh. We hope we hope the folks continue to listen to the game. And if you don't like looking at us, then just cover up your screen or something.
So we're going to go out and run our regular start music here, so we'll stay right here because we're about, let's see, look at the clock here. We are about 14 minutes away from kickoff here at, this is a long one, Hurley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium. And we'll be pulling up our Raiders.
Navarre Raiders, stand up. Get on your feet. Mad chow, baby, you know. Who wanna rumble with the Raiders? Let's go. Let's go, yeah. Let's go. Navarre Raiders, get up. Let's go. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Come on. You wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You wanna rumble with the Raiders? Come on. Hey, yo, it's lights out. Whenever they turn the lights on, enough with the talking, baby boy, the fight's on. You wanna rumble with the Raiders? Listen, it's nothing, baby, we running through you haters. And you can hate us, cause we keep chips on our shoulder. You know why we the best, but now we gotta show you. Listen, better watch how you approach us. Y'all bucks to us and we'll stump you cockroaches. Simple and plain, quit is what you should really do. Put your game face on, it's about to get physical. This here's a game of strength, patience, determination. And you can never win if you lack in the motivation. And now you heard it from the source. Losing is not an option, you can hear it in our voice. We only play this game to win, and we gon' put it on the line every time and every chance we get. Cause we may never get this chance again. So when you rumble with the Raiders, understand you on the field with men. Why play if you ain't playing to win? You just wasting the greatest time. Listen, shall I say it again? Yeah, you don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Rumble with the Raiders.
Well, welcome to Hurley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium here on the campus of Milton High School. This is Irish Bill with Bob Grant. Welcome back, Bob.
Thank you.
Not only do you get to catch us on Friday nights, you get to catch us on Wednesday nights at Culver's in downtown Navarre. We want to thank Honey and Randy Smith for allowing us each and every Wednesday night to come into their establishment so that we can talk sports for an hour, hour and a half, or however long we want to.
We almost closed the place down last week.
Most definitely, and we got a great matchup here. Navarre 2-0, Milton 1-0. Their bye week was in week 1, which was unusual.
Right, yeah.
But now both teams will run the gamut with no breaks throughout the rest of their 10-game schedule. Let's go. Milton comes in with a 36-6 win over Pensacola last Friday evening. Navarre with a 34-0 whitewash, and quite a defensive performance for the Raiders that are replacing 9 starters on defense.
Yeah, and that says a lot about the JV and the freshman teams, how well they fill, and all great teams just replenish what they have.
Well, speaking of the JV and freshman team, the freshmen won again last night, 31-29 in a close one.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the JV was not as fortunate as I believe their score was 36-21. They played down at Bennett C. Russell Stadium last evening. So the freshmen improved to 3-0. The JV falls to 2-1, and the Raiders looking to go 3-0 tonight here under the lights. And a beautiful night for football here in Milton.
Well, we're not up on the roof.
But you will hear that song tonight. It's getting to be one of our our fan favorites. And when we are at Navarre, we will be bringing you Up on the Roof from Up on the Roof, as our next game will be in, let's see, we got next Thursday in Tallahassee, 2 Fridays in Pine Forest, and then we're back home for Niceville. And we'll be back up on the roof.
Yeah, and Milton's schedule doesn't get any easier after Navarre. They start their district schedule next week against Fort Walton. Then they away. They play Choctaw away, and then they look at this gauntlet: Escambia, Washington. We don't know about how good Gulf Breeze is because they're 0-2. Those are, fortunately for them, those 3 are home games. Mosley is away, another district game on a Thursday, and they finish the year in a district game against their inter-county rival.
They play over at the revamped Tommy Armour Stadium over there in Panama. I think that's
Tommy Oliver.
Tommy Oliver. I'm thinking of Armour Golf. And right across from the campus of Bay High School, right across the street. The track is beautiful. The football field is beautiful. Then we get to go next Thursday over to Tallahassee with a refurbished Gene Cox Stadium over there as well. I have not been over there to do a game in Tallahassee since the third round of the state playoffs back in 2010. We got the ROTC coming into midfield, and we're going to turn it over to the field mic here momentarily. Once we have the Milton band right in front of us, we're looking at we got the behind view, and the color guard is going from the right end zone out to the middle of the 50. We'll stop at the 50-yard line, and they will turn and present the colors, and we will have our national anthem and the beginning of another Florida high school football night here in the Panhandle of Florida. Hopefully you sit back wherever you're at and listen to the broadcast for the next 2.5+ hours. And Bob Grant will try to put on a pretty good show.
Certainly hope so.
Let's go ahead and turn it over to the field mic. We'll turn that one all the way up as the band will get ready to play here momentarily. And we'll stand for our national anthem.
Will be led by Milton High School Student Body President, Mr. Nate Waters.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem by the Milton High School Mighty Black and Gold Band.
What a beautiful rendition, Bob.
Absolutely, yeah. This gives you chills at Friday Night Lights, so to speak.
And before we go on with the broadcast of the game, one thing I want to put out there tonight, I want to thank Principal Tim Short and athletic director Brad Masiliot for allowing us to come up to Milton and do this broadcast tonight. We are in the visitor press box. I always love coming up here to Milton because we have the press box to ourselves.
Yep, nobody here except us and those pork shish kebabs that I smell sitting right next to me.
That's another reason I like coming up here. The food, they always take care of us.
Yep.
This is probably about my 5th or 6th visit up here to Milton. And my very first game, I sit in the home side press box at the far right there as Navarre. It was a Monday night game, a makeup game, where the Raiders faced Milton. It was a 50-35 win for Milton. But that was my very first Navarre broadcast back in 2008.
Wow, 11 years ago.
11 years now.
You haven't aged a bit.
A few pounds later and a few more gray hairs, but the voice has stayed the same, and hopefully each and every broadcast that I have produced over the years you have enjoyed from wherever you may be in the world listening to our broadcast tonight. We are just moments away from this is the last Santa Rosa County matchup for the Raiders here in 2019.
Yeah, and those are all emotional games, and Navarre wants to come out 3-0. Certainly, there's no doubt, because their schedule certainly doesn't get any easier. I ran down Milton's schedule. I mean, and Navarre's certainly isn't easy. One of the toughest districts, I think, in all the state of Florida. So again, nothing to lose, but everything for Milton to gain. We'll see how good Milton is. We don't know. Pensacola High's down a little bit. They led PHS 22-0 at halftime, and then went on and cruised to a 36-6 win. So we don't really know much about how good Milton is. They start with the year with a bye. I've never heard that before, but it all works out, hopefully, for Navarre.
Your captains tonight for Milton, number 36, Tevon Jones. Number 44 is Trevor Lunsford. Number 72 is Kiki Stanfield. And looks like number 16 is Stephen English.
You're asking me with my
It's either 16 or 18. If it's 16, it's Stephen English.
16.
If it's 18, it's Nick Hernandez.
Yeah.
Your Raiders captains tonight, as they're wearing their white jerseys with maroon numbers and maroon pants, black helmet with the big Raiders on the side. Your captains, number 1, Marlon Courtney. Number 31 out there, Sebastian Melendez, the sophomore, getting to come out there. Junior Bailey Houston. And what a big game out of number 15, Jaden Rivera last week, our player of the game last week.
Yeah, it'd be interesting how Milton was looking at the was looking at the film, and what exactly how are they going to handle on fourth down Navarre. I mean, as they say, we'll certainly see how it goes, but
they have done the toss. It goes in the air. The referee shows what it's been called. Navarre has won the toss. More likely will have deferred to the second. That's 3 weeks in a row. So they'll defer to the second half and take the kickoff in the second half, and that's huge, Bob.
It is, and because, here's the thing: defense wins championships, and Navarre's going to go further in the playoffs. That's what's going to have to, be their bread and butter. They've got a very good offense, but you wonder if can they outscore their opponent. We don't know, and this is what some of these early games are. A lot of adrenaline out there. The stands on the Milton side are packed. On the visitor side, Navarre is almost full. So, I mean, this is showtime.
It is showtime here in Santa Rosa County. It's Milton. It's Navarre. And the Raiders hold an advantage in this series as I pull up my history folder here. And we're going to let you know where it stands. And here comes the Milton Panthers out of the right end zone, wearing their black jerseys with gold pants, white helmet with the black M on the side and a stripe running right down the middle of their Milton helmet. They are the home team here tonight in this contest. And the Raiders hold a 11-8 advantage in this series. It was all early. It was 6-1 Milton early on, and the Raiders have taken it over since then. In fact, they went like a 3-year stretch where they didn't even allow Milton to find the end zone.
Yep, absolutely. Kind of the old throwback Milton.
And here comes your Raiders out of the left end zone. Like I said, wearing their white jerseys, maroon pants, maroon numbers on the uniforms, their black Raider helmets with a big Raider on the side.
The big Raider.
We have a couple of columns right in between us, so hopefully we won't miss anything between the two of us. I think we got everything covered.
Yep, I ate my carrots today, by the way, so I'm good. I've got you covered.
I started off my morning with a visit to Tropical Smoothie on my way to work.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that what I got was very healthy, but I like it.
Did you have chia seeds, though? But if you have chia seeds, that means, it's got to be a little bit healthy.
I went with the peanut butter cup, sorry. That's one of my favorites.
For breakfast?
It's called peanut butter. It's chocolate with peanut butter, bananas.
Wow. Well, the bananas are healthy.
Yeah, bananas are healthy. Then a light lunch because I don't like to eat too much on game day because that way I don't have to get up and go to the restroom during the game.
What goes in must come out.
You got that right. Preston Penton is putting the ball down at the 40-yard line on this tilted field. About the only one in the area left, Bob.
Well, Florida high school rules say you're supposed to have a crown on the field. This looks like a hill. And I'm sorry we can't show it to you, but it is a pronounced crown.
Well, as they come from the far side to the near side, we will be saying they're running downhill.
Yep.
Exactly. There's a long kick. It's going to come down to rest at the 6-yard line. Milton with a nice return out to about the 28-yard line. But a 54-yard kickoff on the first opening kickoff. And the Panthers will have first and 10 from their own 28.
When my oldest son played youth ball, and they play in this stadium thanks to Milton High School, when you sit on the first or second rows on the visitor side, on plays on the far side, you can't see what's going on when you're sitting that low.
First and 10 for the Raiders. In at quarterback, number 7, Tyler Buchanan. Running on a single back in the backfield out of the pistol formation. It's going to be a runoff and a big run by number 4 would be Noah Wingate, and it's going to be close to a Milton first down. 12 yards for Wingate on the opening carry and a Milton first down.
Yeah, the offensive linemen for Milton are huge, but again, hot night. I was driving up down Highway 87. It was 95 degrees still. And the way the stadium is, you're not going to get much wind, so it could be hot tonight for both teams.
Buchanan going under center, running out of the power I. He's got a throw out to the near side. It is completed into Raider territory and pushed out of bounds on the far sideline by Kobe Johnson down to the Raider 44-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 16. To number 8. That would be Cottrell.
Yeah, just a play action, pass to the right. Navarre started to go for the interception. Good thing he didn't because he was the last man.
Versadena going to run off left tackle. He's met right there by Grady Kelly. And it's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Good benefit being on the visitor side. You're really on top of the field. Probably one of the best places to do broadcast games on the visitor side here because you can really see everything.
No gain, 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at the Raider 44. As we're down to, we'll have we'll start the old game clock back here. I'm still getting used to running the clock on my computer. So 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at the Raider 44. Receiver goes in motion. Buchanan back to pass. We have a receiver and a flag down in the backfield. It's going to be a nice gain inside the 40, down around the 30, but there is a flag in the backfield. Might be an illegal shift.
Yep, the old song by can't remember who it was. Backfield in motion. Backfield in motion.
That's going to be the first penalty.
Illegal shift is the call. Yeah.
I get one right every now.
Mel and Tim sang that song. Backfield
I get one right every now and then on my calls. So that's going to back him up 5 yards back to the 49. We'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and in that situation, the referee, the white hat, as I call it, he didn't have too many calls, roughing the passer or illegal procedure, or in that case it was an illegal shift. 2 men in motion at the same time.
So they're going to back it up to the midfield stripe, and it's going to be 2nd and about 16 now. At the 10-20 mark here in the opening quarter. No score underway here at Turley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium. Irish Bill and Bob Grant with the call here on IrishBillSports.com. Buchanan in the shotgun. Back to his left is Noah Wingate. Buchanan's going to roll to his left. He's going to be pressured out, and he's going to go to the other side. And he's going to have some yardage, but a nice tackle coming up from his corner position is Kobe Johnson for a 2-yard gain.
Kobe stayed home. Nice play. He was flushed out of the pocket. And Navarre they put 4 or 5 men there, blitzed one. Good pressure, nice play, and good tackle in the open field. And usually the down box and the 10-yard marker is on the home side. Tonight it's on the visitor side right in front of us.
Yeah, just to remind our folks, there's no video tonight, just audio. Buchanan back to pass on 3rd and 16, and he overthrows his intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yep. Milton was successful running the football they got their first down, but then Navarre had great pressure. Started blitzing a little bit, forcing Milton to punt the ball here.
Yeah, no video, only audio tonight, so that's going to bring out the punter who's also doing the kicking chores tonight, number 81, Casey Badgett, I should say. From their own 47, back deep is Xavion Thomas. It's a short kick off to the right on the far side. It's going to take a Raider bounce back to the 31. Only a 16-yard punt.
Looked like one of your divot shots with a little Belletta there.
I wish I could get my wedge to do that.
But nice job by the Raider defense. And, that's one of the reasons why Coach Jay Walls elected to defer. They want to get their defense on the field first, test it out, and now give the ball back to the offense.
Now I see what did a little shift. Isaiah Miller in at the H-back now. I watched that young man warm up in practice. He is a good-sized young man.
Yep.
Trent Hall goes in motion. Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver across the middle. There's Xavion Thomas. See if he can get a block from his receiver. He gets a nice one down the right sideline. 30, cuts back inside the 15, and down to the 10, and a Raider first down.
Yeah. Good pursuit by Milton, not giving up on the play.
A flag back at the 34.
Oh, man.
Would this bring it all back? Something that's happened to the Raiders quite often here early on.
My goodness.
Illegal man downfield's going to race a 59-yard pass play. And that's twice in the last about quarter and a half that the Raiders have had plays of over 50 yards, and all for naught.
Yeah, on that one, the receiver must have covered up that H-back, perhaps. And when you do that, that makes that H-back or receiver illegal, hence the penalty.
What a nice route run there, though, by Xavion Thomas from the left. He came across the middle, and Tyler English kind of brought the defense with him over here to the near side, and Xavion was wide open across the middle. And that's going to bring out 1st and 15. It's going to be a handoff off left tackle to number 25, Gabe Davis, and he is out back to the 29-yard line. Give him 3. He'll bring up 2nd and 12.
And I certainly may want to go back to that play again. little bit later in the game. He was wide open. There wasn't anybody around him, and got a good block downfield by Tyler. And
2nd and 12 for the Raiders from their 29. 8:34 on the clock. No score here. It's going to be a handoff to Gabe Davis. He's got a nice over to the far sideline. Looks like he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about. Now give him 1 yard to bring up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, just an off-tackle play there. Good pursuit by Milton on the short side of the field.
And he did get out of bounds, so that will stop the clock at 8:24 of the first quarter. No score here in Milton. 3rd and 11 for the Raiders from their third. Actually, they're going to spot it at the 29. Courtney in the shotgun. Davis to his left. Twins to the near side. Single to the back. Courtney is going to be flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to take off and run. See if he has enough to get a Raider first down. Still on his feet, out to the 44, and move the chains. 1st and 10 Raiders, but once again, there's that hanky in the backfield.
Holding is the call. It'll be from the spot of the foul.
All I have to say early on, Mr. Referee, please let the young men play tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Call. That's call what you see. That's 2 calls there from the umpire, and that's going to back
2
up.
first down plays, all for naught.
Exactly. Courtney took a big hit, bounced off the linebacker.
Kind of reminds me of the Bears last night who had 1st and 40. I've never seen that in a football game before. I would be surprised.
No, I'm a Packer fan.
Are you a Packer fan?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, well.
Another one. I got 2 at home, and now I got to have one in the booth with me as well.
Well, Dad was stationed nearby. There's an Air Force base somewhere in the Milwaukee, Green Bay area, and so they went to some Packer games.
So Courtney's going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver over here, Tyler England. He's going to break 1 tackle over the 20 and out to the 22. He's going to get about 10 yards back, but he'll bring up 4th down for the Raiders.
Yeah, it wasn't Milton that stopped Navarre. It was Navarre on penalties. And I know you and I talked about that last week. What do they got to do to clean up from game to game? And you mentioned penalties.
And they have 2 already that cost them 2 big plays, 2 first downs. Nice snap. England with the end-over-end kick. It's going to go to the near side. It's going to take a Raider roll, and it's going to come to rest at the 29 of Navarre. Nice kick by England to get the Raiders out of their own end.
Yep, certainly. He had a tough week. He had 4 attempts. 2, of course, were fake punts, but he had not very good average yardage last week on his 2, but got a nice roll there.
It's going to be end up being a 50-yard punt. 21, they're at the 21, 29, and 21. 50-yard punt for England on the roll.
He should punt it right on the crown and let it roll down.
Milton going to come out and run it. No, Wingate. They'll mix out between Wingate and Buchanan here. 1st and 10 from their own 29. It's going to be Wingate on the keeper. He has a nice run, and he's going to get out over the 35 to about the 37-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2, as they like to run the Wildcat with no Wingate.
Or as they say here in Milton, the Panther.
Yeah.
Wildcat, Panther.
No matter where it is, it's still the Wildcat to me.
Right.
2nd and 2 for the Panthers at their own 37-yard line. A short 2 for the Panthers here on 2nd down. Wingate still in at quarterback for the Panthers. 3 receivers in the ball game. Wingate's going to roll out, and he is going to have a first down over the 40, out to the 43 before he is tackled there by number 99, Devin Wright, and Grady Kelly.
Don't know much about that young man, number 4 for Milton, but I don't think he's going to throw the ball. I think obviously it was a set play, maybe a quarterback draw.
So 2 first downs, and we go to a water break. And let's go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more action here at Milton High School. This is Irish Bill and Bob Grant on irishbillsports.com. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
First and 10 Panthers after the first down run by Noah Wingate. Out to their own 43-yard line. Wingate still in there, but he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage on a big play there by number 97. I believe that was Jordan Moon in there first.
Again, another straight quarterback run. Maybe they think that.
As actually Paul Schultz in on the tackle.
Okay.
1 yard gain for Wingate.
Perhaps they think that they could be successful with that.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Panthers from their own 44 with 5:57 on the clock here. We're going to run the clock right along with them. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers from their own 44 as they look to the sideline looking for a play call. Wingate is going to go under center and back off. Terrell Brooks Yarbrough in the backfield with him. 2nd and 9. It's going to be a handoff up the gut, and nothing there as he gets across the 45 out to the 46. Yarbrough with let's give him actually a yard on the play.
Yeah, I don't know how much success Milton's going to do. Keep going to the well with going into the trenchmen, right? The
trenchmen. I haven't thought of a name yet, so we're going to stick with the trenchmen.
I like the trenchmen. In the heart of that defense, good stop in there. Navarre getting men in and out of the game. Got fresh bodies in the game. This kind of reminds me of a chess match. They go to the line, they back off, and I think they're going to call a timeout. They are.
Going to call timeout. We'll take one with them at the 4:35 mark. We'll let the clock run 2 more seconds. No score here in Milton, and we'll take a commercial break along with them on irishbillsports.com.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs. Whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world, her 16 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free marketing analysis to see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are all behind you at the field or while you're watching at home.
Irish Bill and Bob Grant back here at Hurley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is, and I had great opportunity and blessing to meet Hurley when I used to referee some games here.
Well, Wingate's back there to pass, and he short arms it, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and they'll be punting once again coming up.
Yeah, good job by the Raider defense. It kind of the bend not break thing so far. And again, it's not Milton that stopped them; it's been themselves on penalties.
One of my buddies, our cameraman, is a big Bama fan, and he always tries to slip in and have me say what they always say, but never is going to happen because I won't say it.
War Eagle?
Yeah, WD.
WD.
Back to punt. And there's a flag on the near side. And I think we had movement against Milton.
False start.
Now we'll move them back 5 yards at this point.
Little Canadian football there. Got a little head start on the.
I say move them back, move them way back.
Yeah. It's like the Packers did last night against the Bears.
Oh, God. Don't bring that up, or I'll start bringing Florida State's last game up.
Who?
That's what I said. Who? It's a high snap. It's all the way back inside the 10-yard line. And it's going to be recovered by the Raiders. And they're going to score. A score. Raiders score on the defensive end of the field.
32.
Number 32 on the recovery in the end zone. And the Raiders are on the board at the 4:16 mark on the high snap on the punt. I mean, that one took off. And when he came to rest, it was at the 2. He couldn't pick it up. He should have just fell on it. And number 32 for the Raiders is Brennan Payton with the touchdown. Their first defensive touchdown of the season at the 4:16 mark of the opening quarter. A 2-yard return on the bad snap. And the Raiders on the board, 2-yard fumble return. Penton's kick is up, and it is good. And the Raiders crack the scoreboard first. We'll fix the clock here. We have 4:16 on the clock. Man, that thing shot out of there like a cannon, Bob.
Man. Many times the high school level, your arm strength isn't that great, but he sailed that one way over the punter's head. The punter tried to scoop it up, and that was a mistake. He should have, like you said, just fell on it. Or I've seen him kick it through the back of the end zone before in other levels of football. And that would have only been, 2 points or something like that.
Either way, the Raiders would have had the ball at the 2, but you can't win. Sometimes you just pick it up and run in the end zone and go out the back of the end zone like you were just saying, and they'll only give them 2 points.
But then Navarre would have gotten the ball back on the
safety.
Yeah.
So, but a big play for the Raiders special teams.
Yep.
And Brendan Payton, our leading candidate in the front now of our special teams player of the game.
Certainly didn't give up. Hustled all the way down, picked up the ball in the end zone.
It's a short end-over-end kick. Actually, it's going to go out of bounds after it was touched by the Panthers inside the 15.
Wow.
Actually, it's going to be down inside the 10 at the 5. Great kick by Penton. The Milton player could not corral it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Milton will be back in their own end.
Yeah, that tough for Milton on that. He's got to have some help. But certainly he needs to know where he's at. If he's near the sideline, let it go, and then you bring the ball up to the 35 or 40-yard line.
The 35-yard line. Great field position.
And now they've got their backs to their own end zone again.
4:16 on the clock. Milton on their own 5-yard line. Or maybe just outside the 5. Wingate in at quarterback in place of Buchanan. He's going to go under center. They're going to run out of the power I on a sweep to the right, and it's going to be a big run. He's going to be forced out of bounds by Kobe Johnson, but a nice run on the sweep to the left by number 23 for Milton. It's going to be out to the 42. It's going to be a 37-yard run for Yarborough.
Yeah, and if our coaches are not happy, the cornerback got sucked in on the play. The wide receiver did a good pinch block, allowed the man to go outside for that long run.
Nice run on the sweep by Yarborough, and that's going to give Milton a first down out to their 42 with 4:05 on the clock. Wingate into shotgun. He's going to keep it. He's got a big hole, but a nice play by the Southmore Trent Hall, and he just continues to come up big, Bob.
Yeah, that was a great one-on-one play. Taking that speedy quarterback down.
Down under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter, 7-0 Navarre, courtesy of a defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown by Brennan Payton. That's the 7th Raider that has scored a touchdown so far this season. It's going to be a quick hitter, almost intercepted, and it's going to be completed out to the 49 to number 13. That would be Cam Hall on the reception. It's going to be a gain of, let's call a gain of 3 to Hall. Hall, number 13.
And you know what next Friday is, don't you?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
That's going to be a 3-yard completion. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. There's going to be Wingate, and he's going to have a nice run, but there is a flag down at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to negate it, either that or it's going to come all the way back. Well, that's the same thing, Bill, negate or come all the way back.
What school did you go to?
That's fine, Indiana. We have a chop block against the defense.
Yeah,
and that's a 15-yarder, is it not?
Yeah, it is. You know, the umpire's been very busy tonight. He's the one behind the defense. Very unusual call by the umpire on a chop block. And a lot of that has to do with the umpire knowing where because certainly the defenders on the line of scrimmage are fair game, but apparently it was on the linebacker because Navarre blitzed on the play, and the lineman took his knees out from him.
So it's going to be as 3rd down and long. For the Panthers. 2:26 on the clock. Wingate back to pass. He's going to roll out to his right. And he's going to be met there. And we're going to have nothing but about a 10-yard gain on the run by Wingate. And that's going to bring up 4th down once again.
Yeah, there was clearly a clip on the play and the wide receiver on the scramble. It looks like that's really Milton's MO right now, just to run that quarterback, let him try to pick a hole, find a hole. Navarre had not one spy, but 2 spies, 2 defenders keeping an eye on that speedy.
Well, let's see how the snap's going to be on this one, Bob.
Yeah. Back the punter up. Perfect snap.
For a dad that's a kicker, that's going to be a line drive kick. Nice field there by Gabe Davis at the 33, but he's going to gain 1, actually from the 32 to the 33. And that's where the Raiders are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 33 on the 1-yard kick punt return.
Pretty good hands by Gabe. That could have been disastrous. He picked it up cleanly like a shortstop. Fell forward for the 1 yard as Navarre goes back on offense.
Milton with the huge advantage in the yardage, 101 to the Raiders 14, but the Raiders are in the lead where it counts on the scoreboard, 7-0.
Absolutely.
Courtney in the shotgun. Miller goes in motion. And he's going to roll out, and he's going to go down on the sack. Nice play there by looks who that number is going to be. And Courtney had nowhere to go on that one. It's going to be a loss all the way back to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 13.
I think it was Brandon Thrasher, a sophomore, listed him as a tight end and a nose guard. That's good coverage sack there by Milton.
Courtney back to pass again. He's feeling pressure. He's going to hit A.J. Arno out of the backfield. He's going to get out to the 20. And he's going to pick up 1 on the completion.
Looks like what Milton's going to do is pressure Courtney tonight. Quarterback draw or trap draws would work here, or those screens.
And it's going to be down under 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. It's going to be 3rd and about 22 for the Raiders. Courtney looks over to the sideline, the near side, right down below us. He's feeling no pressure. He's got plenty of time to pass. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be dropped by A.J. Arno at the 30-yard line.
Those are tough. Navarre's not had very many drops this year. Pretty sure-handed core of wide receivers and running backs. That was a tough one for Navarre because he had some room to run and maybe get that first down.
So Raiders back to punt for the second time tonight. England with a 50-yard punt, his first attempt, as longest of the season thus far. 7-0 Navarre with 13 seconds left here on the clock in the opening quarter. Good snap back to England. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be a fair catch at the 48-yard line. And that's where Milton will take over right there.
Good high sky punt, allowing the defenders to get downfield. The punt returner saw that, called for the fair catch. Milton's got great field position here on their own 48.
They've had pretty good field position except for their last drive. Most of the first quarter, 6 seconds on the clock. We'll run one more play here in the first quarter before we go to the end of the first quarter. Logical. There's another bad snap, and he's just going to go down on it, and that is going to be fielded back at the 33-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 15. And they're having a little bit of troubles, and we are at the end of the first quarter, and Navarre is going to take a 7-0 lead. A loss of 15 is going to be credited to Yarborough because he's actually the one that fell on it.
Right.
And the Raiders have a 7-0 lead here at the end of one. Not much offense for the Raiders, but their special teams took care of it. And we'll go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Irish Bill and Bob Grant on irishbillsports.com.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Irish Bill and Bob Grant back here at Hurley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium. And those two championships up there, 79 and 78, are courtesy of Hurley Manning.
Yep.
He's the originator of 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be not much gain out to the 34-yard line.
Nate Herring coming up from a linebacker spot, the junior, on the tackle, along with a host of other Raiders.
Yarborough with the 1 yard gain. It's going to bring up third and about 25.
Yeah, we would get here to Milton early and have a chance to talk to Coach Manning. So, Coach, how are you going to do this year? How's your team going to do? Oh, we're lucky we'll go 5-5, and they run the table at 10-0.
We have movement on the right end, but they didn't call it. And it's over the intended receiver. It's going to fall incomplete.
Raiders got away with one there. Could have easily been called interference. He had his hand on his back.
And that's going to be incomplete. And they'll bring up 4th and long. So we'll see the punter out here for the 4th time tonight. He has been, he's gotten 2 off. One, not so much his fault. He went back about 40 yards. That was a heck of a long snap, but it didn't find his target.
And Milton's much like Navarre. Navarre's issues after the big gains have been penalties. Milton's issues just been bad snaps, pushing them back.
2 yards for the Raiders in the opening quarter. That's another they put in another punter in there. There's a bad snap for that one as well, but he's going to get a roll down to the 30. And they put in a new punter out there. That was Comantre Current. The Current was definitely with him on that one.
I'm not sure why.
There's not much breeze.
It wasn't his fault that the ball sailed. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wouldn't have been able to get that.
There's not much breeze out here tonight either, so it's going to bring out 1st and 10 from the Raiders from their own 30. We got the best view in the house right here. Courtney's going to hand off up the middle. A nice run by Jaden Antonio. Actually, that's Gabe Davis. We haven't seen Antonio yet. And Davis is going to pick up, let's see, looks like they're going to give him about 4 on that one, Bob.
Nice run right up the middle, running right at Milton.
2nd and 6. For the Raiders, they're going to send quads to the top of the screen, single to the near side. A 5-receiver formation. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw that quick out here to number 25. To Gabe Davis. And he's going to gain out over the 45 right to the 35.
Little flanker screen set up. You called it right.
Usually when you set up that formation with 4 receivers over there in a triangle, it's going to bring up a pickup of 2 for Davis. It's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 5. Courtney back to pass. They're going to run a screen. That is Jaden Rivera with the Raider first down and big yardage into Milton territory. Down to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 20 to Rivera on the screen play.
Nice block by junior offensive lineman Preston Brewer on the screen. Then he hustled downfield and made another block, and no flag on the play.
That is the Raiders' first down of the night.
Wow.
Well, they had a couple, but brought back by penalty. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Milton 45-yard line. First time into Milton territory. It's going to be handoff to Rivera off right tackle. Nice run by the junior. He's going to get down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, bring up 2nd and 5.
Running right at the heart of that Milton defense.
He's going to be replaced by Bailey Houston. And we want to thank, we got our big Bubbas out there tonight. We'll mention those guys' names here in just a second because the offense doesn't go without those big Bubbas leading the way. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders at just outside the Milton 40-yard line. Courtney in the backfield, Bailey Houston to his right. Pistol formation, it's going to be handoff to Houston. He's got a nice run, but he fumbles the ball. But I think the Raiders get on it. Down to the 35, which should be close to a Raider first down. Houston has to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Houston, we may have a problem. I'm sorry, I had to go there. You got to do that once a year when you got a player's name that's Houston. And we're going to go down. We're going to have a timeout on the field. There is an injured player down. And we're down to 8:30 here in the second quarter. 7-0 Navarre. Courtesy of a high snap, and the Raiders recover on the 2, and Brendan Payton takes it in for his first varsity touchdown.
If my eyes are right, it looks like Stephen English, a senior cornerback, limping off the field. It's like a knee or an ankle.
Number 16.
And so you wonder, well, if Navarre sees that, will you try to go on his replacement who's coming in cold?
So your big Bubba's out there, number 73, Dawson Higginbotham. Preston Brewer, Jeremiah Chavez Moon, Elijah Melendez. Courtney's going to keep it. He's looking for a lane. He's got room down the right sideline, and he's going to go out of bounds on the far side with a gain from the 35 on down to the, let's see where they're going to spot the ball.
28, 29, no.
They're going to spot the ball
24.
At the 21-yard line.
21.
It's going to be a gain of 14 for Courtney.
Nice scramble. I think that was a design play.
And the Raider first down. Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver in Trent Hall with a nice catch. He's going to make one move, and he's going to get into the end zone from 21 yards out. The sophomore with a beautiful leaping catch at about the 6, and then goes in from there.
Yeah, that was a want-to catch. I want it more than more than the other guy. Knew he was going to, and he got blasted into the end zone. Hung on to the football. Milton came with the blitz on the left side. Good protection by the Big Bubbas. And Navarre gets back on the board.
At the 8:09 mark of quarter number 2. 21-yard pass play. Penton's kick is up, but there's time called.
Flags and whistles. They're calling an illegal substitution.
So back him up.
Navarre.
Which is, I believe, is it a 5 or a 10, Bob?
I think it's a 5. Moving it back, moving it forward, moving it back. Put the ball down, gentlemen.
8:09 on the clock. Penton coming in now with a 25-yard extra point. High snap, the kick is up. He does get it off, and he gets it through.
Wow.
Nice job by the junior kicker to get that one through. Raiders on the board, 14-0, as they take the ball from their own about 34-yard line, 66 yards, and they get on the board once again here. 14-0 Navarre.
Marlon Courtney is the holder. Did an exceptional job snagging the high snap, putting it down. It's all about timing on the extra point. Great job by the kicker holder. These centers tonight have had a time, haven't they?
They have, and a great job though by Preston to put that one through the uprights, and a great job by the front line as to keep the Panthers away from blocking that extra point. 14-0 Navarre. 8:09 on the clock here in the first half. Irish Bill and Bob Grant on IrishBillSports.com. Only doing audio tonight, so you get to look at our mugs all night long.
Sorry about that. Next week, we
Lincoln.
Go to Tallahassee. We'll have video and audio there.
That'll be a Thursday night contest, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Penton getting ready to put toe on leather for the Raiders. It's a high end-over-end kick. Nice one. It's going to come to rest at the 10-yard line. It is going to be returnable. And a nice return. And Penton's going to hold up the tackler, but he's going to have a return inside Raider territory down to the 46 on a nice return by number 20, actually number 8 on the return. That would be Raymond Cottrell.
Yeah, the Navarre had some tackling issues when we played Golf Breeze. You kick it to that corner so you can focus your coverage into one area, and he let him slip up the sidelines. As you mentioned, the kicker slowed him down just enough for the rest of Navarre to catch up.
Noah Wingate back in at quarterback. He's gonna keep it and run up the middle, but he's met right there on the line by Devin Wright, as Devin submarined him, and then Grady Kelly finished it up after let's call it about a yard gain. Devin Wright, the younger brother of Dante. Dante, what a great game he had last Friday night in his first game for the Rams of Colorado State University.
You got a shirt, and I didn't. I want a shirt.
Pays to be the boss.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 for the Panthers at the Raider 43. It's going to be a quick out, and there is a flag on the far side.
I think we had movement on the offense. False start.
I ran the clock, so we're going to put it back to 7:15. That's going to bring it back, make it 2nd and 14. 4th penalty on the night so far for Milton. 3 5-yard varieties and 1 big 15-yarder that took them right out of field position.
Sure did. It sure did.
So it's going to move it back to the 49 of Navarre, just inside the midfield stripe, right in front of us. I mean, we couldn't have a better view right now. Wind the clock here. 2nd and 14. Wingate back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield. It's going to be a completed pass down inside the 25, down to the 23. And that would be Hall with the reception. It's going to be a 26-yard gain to Hall. and a Milton first down.
Somebody call the Milton police. We had a mugging in the backfield. No call on the hold and a takedown. It was a nice, if he was a wrestler, I'd give him 2 points on the reversal.
And that's going to take us down to our water break here in the second quarter. We'll take a break with them. With 6:44 on the clock here in the second quarter, Navarre 14, Milton driving down to Raider territory at the 23. We'll be right back, folks.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
First and 10 for the Panthers at the Raider 23. The deepest penetration so far for the Panther offense. Wingate bringing the Panthers downfield here in the second quarter. Wingate's going to keep it right up the middle, but there is nowhere to go in that Raider defense. Devin Wright and who else? Bailey Houston and number 70 out there, Lucas Marvel. And then Nate Herring, there's about 4 or 5 of Raiders right there in the middle for no gain.
Wright has been consistently in the backfield all night for Navarre in the Milton's backfield. He's been beating his blocker just about every snap.
It's going to be second and 10 for the Panthers from the 23. Wingate looking back to pass. He's gotten tight coverage over here on the side. He's going to take off and run. He's going to have some yardage down close to the 21-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards for Wingate, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So you went to Pensacola today. Did you go?
I did not. I actually stayed home and rested.
Okay. I was wondering if you went over to the new bridge.
I have not. I came home and got home about 1 o'clock. Left to work. I took a few hours of leave just to rest up for the night, and just stayed home and relaxed and did a few chores and some laundry and some dishes, and so Brenda Kay had a nice clean house to come home to.
You're such a good husband.
He's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Wingate back to pass. He's going to feel pressure out, and he's going to have a Panther first down and much more as he dives toward the end zone. He is going to be down at the 1-yard line, a gain of 23. And a first and goal situation coming up for the Milton Panthers.
Wingate did a good job, caught Navarre on a blitz. The corner was his spy on that side to keep an eye on him. When he blitzed, he was taken out of the play.
Wingate going under center. I wouldn't be surprised if he just keeps it himself, but there was motion. But they're going to give the touchdown to the Milton Panthers at the 4:39 mark. He had movement and nothing called.
Wow.
At the 4:39 mark of the second quarter, Milton on the board.
First touchdown in what, 5 quarters?
6. Yeah, that's 4 shutouts last week, and then almost 2 here, so almost 6 quarters.
Yep.
So Padgett in for the extra point after the 1-yard scamper, and that one's going to be up and through. Milton on the board. Curtis Sevilla, 1-yard run by Noah Wingate at the 4:39 mark of the second quarter. So they take the short field on the nice return by Yarborough. Actually, that was Cottrell with the nice return. And they take it to final 45 yards to get on the board, Bob.
Well, Navarre obviously is going to receive this kickoff, and they're also going to receive the second half kickoff. So we've seen Navarre in a hurry up. I wouldn't say this would have to be a straight hurry up, but knowing that they're going to get the ball, their goal would be a nice sustained drive so they can score, not leave Milton much time before halftime, and then when we come back from the break, Navarre would get the ball back.
So Padgett's going to line up the ball at the 40 from the north end of the field. I believe it. I'm trying to get my directions here.
Most fields are north-south.
So this from the north end of the field. It's a short end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line. We're going to have about a 5-yard return for Gabe Davis as the ball comes to rest at about the 25-yard line. Bounce once. Davis underneath it. Takes it for about 5 yards up to see where they spot the ball. 23-yard line, so about a 5-yard return for Davis on the kickoff.
We'll try to keep an eye on some big games in the area tonight. Niceville is at Fort Walton. Gulf Breeze playing at Choctaw, the first time that stadium's opened this year.
First and 10 for the Raiders from their 23, 14-7 Navarre. Tyler England's going to go in motion. It's going to be Gabe Davis off right tackle. He's not going to get much on the far side of the field. In fact, he's probably going to lose a couple back to about, let's see where they're going to spot the ball. Actually, right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain for Davis.
It's tough when the yardsticks are on this side. Usually when they're on the home side, which they usually are, you can get a good gauge of the yard. It's just kind of tough when it's right at you and the ball's on the far side of the field.
4:02 on the clock and running here. Second and 10 for Navarre from their 23. Courtney's going to roll out to he's got a receiver downfield. Tyler England with a big reception. 40, 35, 30, 25. He goes to the far side of the field, and you can put it on the board. Raiders, 77 yards from Courtney to Tyler England. And how about that?
Wow. Wide open in the middle of the field. Just found the hole in the zone.
76 yards on the completion.
And he was off to the races. Used a screen from one of his other receivers. And a big strike here by the Raiders.
76-yard touchdown pass. 2 plays for the Raiders. They go 77 yards at the 3:41 mark. Penton in for the extra point. Nice. Once England caught it in the open, he saw that if he angled towards the far side of the field, away from the defenders, no one was going to catch him, and no one did.
Milton, the momentum shifted a little bit. It appeared there midway through the second quarter, and that's the way you answer.
Extra point is up and good by Penton. The Raiders back on top 21-7 with 3:41 on the clock. Only 28 seconds off in that drive for the Raiders.
That's the kind of drives you like to see.
England ran a nice pattern from the far side across the middle. And Courtney had plenty of time. The big Bubba's back there giving him plenty of time to throw the ball. And he found England behind the secondary. And England outraced the Panther defense to the far end zone.
Yeah, it was just a play-action pass. Froze the linebackers. He found the seam. Then it was off to the races.
Penton coming out to kick off for the 4th time here in the first half. Oh, let's see if the Raiders special teams can knock down on that big return here after they gave up about 50 yards on the last return. Penton to put toe on leather here. Raiders 21. Milton 7. Penn's kick is going to be a high end over end, come down at the 6. And there's Cottrell once again. He's going to have another nice return. And Penton's going to get in his way. He's back in Raider territory. The special teams has just got, oh, wait a second. Flag back at the 20-yard line.
There's a flag on the 20 and a flag on the 40. And we'll wait for the preliminary.
I think both of them are against Milton. And Coach Walls has said, we want that one back there.
Yeah. I'm not a math major. But, again, penalties hurt Milton.
Milton has hurt both teams tonight. Navarre had a big pass play on their very first possession. A holding penalty brings it back. And And Milton has 2 penalties on the kickoff return. Another nice return by Cottrell. He's had 2 nice returns. Only a freshman.
Yeah,
He's a big young man.
Yeah, and Navarre's going to have to do some adjustment at halftime with that coverage. Maybe kick it to a different side, do something different, even maybe a pooch kick or a sky kick to give time to the defenders to get downfield.
So the clock at 3:27 here in the second quarter. Navarre 21, Milton 7. Milton back deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line. They'll have 1st and 10. Buchanan started the game at quarterback for Milton, and on the next series, Noah Wingate came in relief, brought him out of the bullpen. He's going to be on the field whether it's at wide receiver, running back, or at quarterback. What an athlete Noah Wingate is.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 10. There with 3:27 on the clock.
High snap.
And it's going to be corralled there by Wingate, and he is going to lose a yard. They'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Like Schultz in on the tackle.
Schultz having a good game. Had 4 tackles for loss last week and credited with that blocked field goal attempt. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Panthers as the clock rolls down to 3 minutes here in the first half. 21-7 Navarre. 7-0 after 1. 21-7 here in the second. Wingate in the, they call it sort of the pistol now.
Yeah.
The pistol formation. He's going to keep it. He's going to roll out. He's going to be brought down in the backfield.
Maybe a face mask.
Actually looked like he had his jersey.
And remember, they had the change in Florida high school. You can't grab of course, you couldn't do the horse collar. Now you can't grab by the back of the shirt.
It's actually going to be holding against Milton.
Well, that too, yeah.
So that's going to negate anything, but a nice play there by Connor Eastwood as he caught Wingate in the backfield.
Wow. And Navarre declined the penalty.
And that will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I think that would certainly be the call.
And he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it was no gain for Wingate on the high snap. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11. The Raiders trying to get the ball back, and if they can hold them right here, they have great field position.
Yeah, in stereo.
Wingate standing about his own. He's going under center on this one. 3rd and 11. He's going to hit the up back, and it's going to be a gain out over the 10, out to the 12. He'll give him a couple of yards on the run. That was number.
It's a fullback on the carry.
It's going to be the fullback on the carry, trying to look for his number here as he goes off the field.
43.
43. And it's going to be about a 3-yard gain for 43.
That was Riley Warwick. He's listed as a tight end.
We're going to go timeout Navarre to stop the clock.
Exactly 2 minutes till halftime.
Let's update the old clock here so you have. Hopefully you can see that at home. We got the scoreboard up and running. You get to see our ugly, our mugs. I'm not going to say ugly. I've seen worse. But we have a 21-7 lead here, Bob.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Sorry I don't have my Raider colors on. I have my school colors, Emerald Coast Middle School. We won last night. Football team beat Davidson.
Congratulations.
12-6, yep. And big win, first win in almost 2 years.
And the Raiders will have, I believe we have a 4th down coming up here.
Yes.
And they'll be punting from their own end zone, back there number 3 for the 4th punt of the first. Actually, it's the 5th punt, 4th one they're going to try to get off.
Comanche Current. Another low
bad snap. It's not a bad punt. Xavier Thomas is going to get out of the way, and it's going to take a Milton Panther hop down inside the 45, down to the 42, where the Raiders will have 1st and 10 from their own 42 with 1:50 on the clock here in the first half. And the nice thing is they get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly. And I mentioned at the 4-minute mark that we wanted a nice sustained drive. I wasn't right on that. They decided just to throw a 76-yard bomb for a touchdown, and we'll take that, certainly.
Courtney so far 6 of 7 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Courtney back in. They're going to split 4 receiver set to the near side. England all by himself at the top of the screen. They're going to throw it out quick to Gabe Davis. He's in over the 50, side to 45 and down to the 43 on the big hitter. The quick hitter down to the 43-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of 14 to Davis and a Raider first down.
Just use that wide receiver screen. Good blocking. Let go of the defender at the right time so he wasn't called for a hold.
3 receivers top of the screen. A.J. Arnold goes in motion. It's going to be a quick out to Tyler England. He's going to try to break 1 tackle, but he's going to be getting back right to the line of scrimmage. They maybe even lose 1 on the reception. They're going to lose 1. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Raiders from the 44. 3 catches for 85 yards for England. A big 76-yard completion from the toss of Marlon Courtney. 2nd and 11 for Navarre. England can pass this one. He's got a good arm throwing it downfield. And it's going to be knocked out of the hands of Xavier Thomas as the play came on. You can see England backing up just a little bit to make sure it wasn't a forward pass.
Yeah, I think Milton smelled that out. But the wide receiver did a good job. He played a defensive back that time. The ball was thrown a little short. He came over the top to knock it down so it wouldn't be intercepted.
Doug's will bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Raiders. Courtney back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to roll out to his right, and he is going to go down in the backfield all the way back to the 45. With 51 seconds, I don't know why he called a timeout because it's
either.
4th down coming up.
You don't want to give Milton any time, especially their return. Most of the yardage they've got tonight have been on their kickoff return and their punt return. Let's see, I think I saw a penalty flag.
There was a flag at about the 48-yard line.
They may want to take this play. I don't know.
The clock has stopped at 51 seconds. Let's update the clock on your screen at home. 21-7 Navarre.
They declined the penalty, so they'll take the down.
That's going to bring back out Tyler England to punt. So the Raiders will turn the ball over after they garner 1 first down. England back out there. He counts the numbers, 11 on the field. We're ready for play here with 51 seconds as they wind the clock. Play clock down to 16. Going to take as much time as they can here before they snap the ball. I wouldn't even be surprised if they call another timeout. Play clock down to 5. Good snap. England gets it away. A nice punt.
Wow.
It's going to go inside the 20. It's going to come to rest at the 8-yard line. Wish my 9-iron could do that, Bob.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be a 43-yard punt, no return, and we're going to go down to 18 seconds on the clock. So one more play at least here for the Panthers coming up on a beautiful 44-yard punt by Tyler England.
You know, you always want to improve from one day to the next, one game to the next, especially in football, one game to the next. And I'm sure that's one of the things Tyler wanted to work on. I want to work on the yardage on my punts, the type of my punts. And so far tonight, averaging around 45 yards.
Update from Lincoln. Lincoln 43, Tate nothing.
Wow. Looks like Milton takes a knee here to go into the locker room.
And we're going to take a break along with it. We're going to play some halftime music, take a rest, so we get a bite to eat. Navarre at the half, 21-7. Irish Bill and Bob Grant on irishbillsports.com. We'll be back after this lengthy halftime break. And, of course, we're going to start out with one of my favorites from Kenny Chesney.
3 claps, we're ready tonight. 3 claps. 3 claps. 3 claps. 27 years ago, I sat in this locker room just like you guys, on a knee, getting ready to play a game. I walked down the locker room, it still smells the same. It takes you back real quick. One of the things that caught me was how fast 27 years goes by. There's so many people that live vicariously through you. I would give anything tonight to jump in one of these uniforms with you guys.
To do something I never had an opportunity to do. My father never saw me play. You played for your fathers tonight.
That feeling goes away. It goes away, and it doesn't come every Friday night. It comes when you get married. It comes when your child's born. So you get it, but you just don't get it every Friday night. You're going to miss that more than anything in the world. That's what I miss. And so you seniors that are focused on college, you're focused on your work after high school, what you're going to do next, you're focused on tomorrow, aren't you? You've got plenty of time for tomorrow. But these tonights, they're going by fast. You focus on tonight. This is about you guys. This is about the guys in this room that care about each other, that know there's only so much.
Turn on the field mic so that you can listen to the bands at halftime. Listen to the sounds of Raider Friday nights here as we're up at Haywood Hanna Stadium here up on the campus of Milton High School. The Raider band getting ready to lead the field. Actually, I believe that was the Milton band that's getting ready to leave the field. Nope, Milton's getting ready to go on the field. 21-7 Navarre at the half. That was the Navarre Marching Raiders, and now we're going to move on to the gold and black of Milton High. The mighty gold and black of Milton High. It's Irish Bill on Irish Bill Sports. We're at the half, 21-7 Navarre. Here, enjoy our halftime entertainment here at Hurley Manning Field on the campus of Milton High.
Milton High School is proud to present the 2019 Milton High School Mighty Black and Gold Marching Band. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's presentation of our new halftime show, When the Heart Ignites the Soul. Our daily choices in life lead us down the many paths that help shape and mold us into the people who we are meant to be. On the journey, we eventually discover the purpose for our life, which leads us to make a positive impact on the world around us. It is at this point of clarity and revelation that we are energized, focused, and passionate. The time when our heart ignites our soul. With musical selections, Bohemian Rhapsody, Abram's Pursuit, Zombie, and Flight of Paradise, we hope that you enjoy this impactful musical celebration. Tonight's halftime show is sponsored by Firehouse Subs. Firehouse Subs is locally owned and operated. Firehouse Subs is the proud sponsor of Milton High School and the Mighty Black and Gold Marching Band. Drum majors Iona Coward, Austin Hewling, and Malia Coulter. Is the band ready to perform? And now we proudly present the 2019 Milton High School Marching Band, the Mighty Black and Gold!
Well, we're going to go off and head off to a commercial break with the mighty black and gold of Milton High still on the field here at halftime. We're about 3 minutes away from the second half, so let's hear some words from our sponsors.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishVilleSports.com.
Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planner's qualified vacation planner, Judy Bruce, today. She is a full-service agent, ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at dandelionsjourneytravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs. Whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world, her 16 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free marketing analysis to see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are all behind you at the field or while you're watching at home.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Roof at Navarre. We are on the road at Hurley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium, home of the Milton Panthers here on this Friday night. The first Friday in September 6th. Navarre on the road up 21-7 at the half, Bob.
Yeah, good
Over 14,000 UTA nursing grads agree. Let's
stop that real quick.
Good first half for the Raiders in general. I'm sure Jay Walls said something to the effect, we got to cut down on penalties. They've stopped a couple drives and caused us problems. Play solid on defense. Milton, on the other hand, right now they're down by 14. Plus, Navarre gets the ball back.
Got an update from Bluntstown. Their first game at home since Hurricane Michael. They are up on Mariana, 37-16.
Holy mackerel-landed. That's huge. Mariana's a good
Eagles
team.
lead the Fort Walton Beach Vikings 22-10. Gabe Davis with the return to start the second half. He's going to get out to the 20, out to the 21, a return of about 15, and we're underway here in the second half.
What was the Fort Walton?
22-10, Niceville over Fort Walton.
That's at halftime.
Actually, they were a 7 o'clock kickoff, so they were probably into the second half already. So let's move to the third quarter on the scoreboard. Set the clock to 11:52. And 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 21. It's going to be a handoff to Jaden Antonio. He's going to be his first carry out over the 25 to the 27-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 for Antonio, and a Raider 2nd and 4 coming up.
You know, Navarre's been putting out a lot of different wide receiver sets. We've seen a lot of the diamond, four wide receiver sets, 2x2. That time we had 3 on the left side. So trying to spread Milton out a little bit, even up the speed.
Gabe Davis back in and tailback. Miller shifts from left to right. That is actually Devin Wright. It's going to be a handoff to Gabe Davis out over to the 30. Out just noses the football across the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3 and bring up 3rd and 1.
And that might be the MO for Navarre in the second half is running the ball, get the big bubbas involved, pushing Milton, keep their defense on the field, tire them out.
Marcus Feliciano in there with the big bubbas now. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. Courtney looks over the sideline to the near side, actually on top of, almost really close to us, not too far from up here in the booth.
Yep.
And it's going to be 3rd and 1 as the play clock reaches 3 seconds on the clock. They get to, and we're going to have either a timeout Navarre or, timeout Navarre. We're going to stay right here, folks, as the Raiders take a timeout with 10:57 on the clock here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they had some personnel issues trying to get the right matchup and players in the game. So as the clock went down, trying to audibilize, Navarre has to burn a timeout early in the second half.
But a big 3rd and 1 coming up for Navarre.
Yeah.
Milton looking to try to get off the field here and get the ball back, trailing by 14. The Raiders trying to convert. A 3rd and 1 coming up.
Yeah, and you certainly don't want to mess up here in a key situation early in the second half that could turn the tide if you don't convert here.
Well, your center is Dawson Higginbotham. Your guards are Marcus Feliciano and Preston Brewer, and your tackles are Elijah Melendez and Jeremiah Chavez Moon, the big bubbas, affectionately known by Irish Bill. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. It's going to be Antonio with the first down run out over the 30 and out to the 37-yard line. Give him 6 yards and a Raider first down.
Nice job off tackle. Navarre hasn't gone left much in the game.
4th first down for the Raiders in the game. Coach Greenhawk giving his offensive line signals. 1st and 10, Navarre from their 37. Hall goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Antonio. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection in the backfield. It backfired on Navarre. Milton got a good push up front into the backfield, hemming him in, and he really didn't have anywhere to go.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Coming up from their own 37. Courtney in the shotgun. Miller goes in motion from left to right. Courtney back to pass. He's feeling pressure, and he's going to go down. 3rd sack of the night for the Panther defense, and that was Lunsford on the sack.
Yeah, but Milton's been stunting all night, and Navarre's, going with the big Bubba straight up front, not having anybody much in the backfield to help block on the blitzes.
Chase Richardson in there at tight end. He's being replaced. And Tyler England and Isaiah Miller, the H-back. Antonio shifts from right to left behind Courtney. Courtney back to pass. And he's going to try to find his back out of the backfield. And we're going to have a hold against Navarre, but I'm sure Milton will decline this and the Raiders will punt the ball away.
Yeah. I don't know. England's been getting good distance. Nope, they are going to decline. I was going to say take the yardage.
Courtney, 8 of 9 in the first half for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. The big 76-yard completion to Tyler England.
Yeah, that was a screenplay right. Milton balled it up, and we were lucky it wasn't picked off. The receiver wasn't looking.
England out for his 4th punt of the night. Another high punt, not real far. It's going to take, hopefully, a Raider bounce. Come to rest at the 34-yard line. A 34-yard punt for England, and the Panthers will have good field position at their own, just inside their own 40.
Not his best punt tonight, but certainly it was effective. Milton kind of brought the house on the rush. Really didn't have a return set up.
First and 10 for the Panthers from their own 34-yard line. Wingate back in at quarterback. Yarbrough in the backfield with him to his left. Twins the near side, twins the top as well. First and 10, Milton. It's going to be a handoff to Yarbrough. He breaks one tackle out over the 40, out to the 42-yard line. A nice 8-yard gain for the running back from Milton High.
He ran very hard on the play, couldn't get his own blockers out of the way. That really kept him from a long run. Milton, again, establishing the run in this third quarter.
They're going to give him 7, making a second and a short 3. Milton out to their 41, just outside their 41-yard line with 8:29 on the clock. Here in the third quarter, trailing 21-7. It's going to be a handoff to Yarbrough. He breaks one tackle. He stretches that arm out, trying to reach for that extra yards. But I think he's going to be about a yard short of the first down marker.
Devin Wright, again, in on the play, on the tackle.
Southmore having a big game tonight. Had 8 tackles last week against Pace. It's going to bring up third and a long one for the Panthers from their own 43-yard line. 7:58 on the clock here in the third quarter. 21-7 Navarre. It's going to be a handoff to Yarbrough. He's got a bit. Oh, he almost broke that. Out to the 49-yard line. Give him 5 yards and a Panther first down.
Yeah, I think he tripped over one of his own offensive linemen. Nice hard run. He's been running the ball very hard tonight.
He had a good yardage going there, but he had to take the minus 15 on the bad snap there in the second quarter. So first and 10, Milton from their 48 with 7:35 on the clock here in the third. 21-7 Navarre. Wingate in the shotgun. Yarbrough to his left. It's going to be another bad snap, and Wingate's going to try to make something out of nothing, but he's going to lose yardage all the way back to the 37-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 11.
Yep. They've had snap issues all night, both on special teams and now they're on offense. And they take, one step forward and 3 steps back.
New back into the backfield, Seth Robertson, number 5 for the Panthers. As they lose 11, it's going to bring up second and 21. Milton on their own 37-yard line. 6:45 on the clock here. The end of the third quarter, 21-7 Navarre. He's going to drop the ball, but luckily his back was right on top of it. Nice play there by Robertson to get on that ball.
Exactly.
And he's actually going to gain 2 yards on it.
Was that now the third different quarterback they've played in the game. Milton's trying to come up with some consistency. They've been successful with that number 4 Wingate.
Wingate's back in there. Robertson was actually back in there in the backfield as a running back, but he had a nice heads-up play right there on the fumbled snap. 3rd and 19 for the Panthers from their own 36-yard line. Wingate back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to get out of the pocket, but not before big Grady Kelly slams him to the turf at the 35-yard line. A loss of 1. They'll bring up 4th and 18.
Great tackle. Good penetration by Grady on a stunt. Setting up Milton with 4th and long.
Great pressure there as they kind of collapsed the offensive line there, Bob, and Wingate had nowhere to go.
Exactly.
And Grady Kelly there, Johnny on the spot.
It's like Navarre setting up for return. Not going to put too much pressure on the punter.
So both teams punting the ball on their first possession of the second half. High, nice over-end punt. It's going to be fielded. Nice baseball catch by Gabe Davis. And he's got a nice return, and there comes that old yellow hanky once again. Our good friend Colin Bestor, producer at 100.3 FM The Ticket and on We Are Sports Radio. You catch him in the mornings from 6 to 9 with Robbie Shanks, and from 9 to 11 with our good friend Artie Goodman on 100.3.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on your upcoming marriage as well.
Thank you, sir.
And Colin, a graduate of Milton High, does a great job in the morning producing the show.
He does.
Both Artie Goodman's and Robbie Shanks in the morning. I got a chance to go on my way to work. I stopped in there real quick the other day and got to meet Scott Heeman for the first time, former Major League Baseball player. One player that played every single position except pitcher in a Major League Baseball game.
That's the kind of a guy you want to keep on your roster, too.
And he's helped. He's a great instructor. He has his own company out in Destin.
Mm-hmm.
He's worked with Navarre greats, Matt Cronin. Another one, Dusty Rogers, who's playing baseball up at Waldorf University in Iowa, is home, and he owes a lot of credit to Scott Heeman and all the work that he's done with our local talent in baseball. Marlon Courtney back out. We'll stop the clock here and let it catch up. We are at 5 minutes on the clock. 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 30. It's going to be handoff to Gabe Davis up the middle. He's going to get, let's call it 2 or 3 yards. I'll bring up 2nd and 7. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt in 3 yards. Raiders just haven't been able to get that ground game going tonight, Bob.
Yeah, and you got to credit Milton, too, with their defense. Looks like another Milton player down. They've already lost one defensive player, cornerback.
We're gonna stay right here. We'll get this clock set at 4:41 as we have an injury timeout on the field where the Raiders are leading 21-7. Mainly it's been Marlon Courtney, a big pass to Tyler England, and the defense steps up and scores the initial touchdown for the Raiders on a 2-yard run by Brennan Payton.
Yep. Chase Morgan, a junior outside linebacker. Looks like he got his bell rung.
Here we go. Start the clock back up. 2nd and let's call it 2nd and 8 for the Raiders. Courtney back to pass. He's got a long receiver, Tyler England. England's over the 40 for a Raider first down and down the near sideline. And he is going to get out of bounds at the 46-yard line. No flags on the play, so Raider first down. A gain of 16 to England. And another move to chains.
Nice play. He got to the outside. The corner pinched in for Milton. Didn't hold containment. Tyler got the extra yardage. Tyler just didn't run out of bounds. He put a punishing blow on that defensive back.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. It's going to be handoff to Gabe Davis. Nice block on the outside by the right end there, Jeremiah Chavez Moon. And that sets Davis off. Looks like it's going to be close to another Raider first down, a gain of 13. And the Raiders are on the roll.
Yeah, you just mentioned about the Raider ground game, and they're running side to side away now, off tackle. Probably wouldn't expect to see maybe some pitches as well.
Hurry up offense now. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. It's going to be Courtney on the keeper. He's not going to get much. In fact, he's going to lose some out of bounds. And it's going to be a 4th sack of the night for the Panther defense, and that was number 15, Daniel McDonald.
Looked like perhaps Navarre was setting up for a screenplay. Everything was kind of bottled up, so Courtney took off. Not a whole lot of room there on the short side of the field.
4 sacks on the night for the Milton defense, and that's going to push it back about 4 yards, 3 yards. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for the Raiders. Courtney in the shotgun is going to hand off to Davis, a nice cutback, and he's going to go off right tackle, and he's going to get it down inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. And that's going to move the chains, a gain of 7 for Davis, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 5. Actually, they're going to give him 8 on the carry. So 3rd and 5 coming up for Navarre. It's 3:05 on the clock here. Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver on the near side. Tyler England all day, all night. Out of bounds. Raider first down.
He had 9 catches last week, I believe, 8 or 9 catches in the first half. We thought he was going to break the single game total number
They're
of
trying
receptions.
to look. They're going to spot the ball. Where are they going to spot the ball at? About the 24?
Yep.
So that's going to be a gain of about 10 to England. Maybe 11. Let's give him 11. Over 100 yards on the night. 111.
Fumble.
Ball on the ground, and the Panthers are going to recover. A bad snap. And the Raiders are going to turn the ball over on their first turnover of the night.
Just a little miscommunication on the handoff. Ball scored it free. That's disappointing because Navarre was really putting a nice drive there.
They had 3 first downs in the drive, and they're going to turn it over on it. The fumble, actually, it was a bad handoff. Little miscommunication there between the quarterback and the running back. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Noah Wingate has the Panthers offense back out on the field. 21-7 Navarre. 2:47 on the clock. It's going to be handoff off right tackle. Grady Kelly just throwing bodies around out there. It's going to be a gain out to the 34-yard line. Give him, let's call it 4 yards on the carry. Number 23, Yarborough. He's been running hard tonight, Bob.
Yeah, he sure has. Raider limping off the field. Appears to be 32.
Give him 5. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers from the 34 of their own. Wingate's going to look on a quick out, and he overthrows his intended receiver, and it's going to fall incomplete at the 2:11 mark here in the 3rd quarter.
That was Brennan Payton limping off the field.
Wingate 2 of 9 for 29 yards. The Raiders have pretty much held all passing, but they'll see that change next week when they head to Lincoln. Lincoln likes to throw the ball around. He's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for Milton from their own 34. 2:11 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. 21-7 Navarre. Wingate changes the call as he comes to the line of scrimmage. Back it in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. And there is a flag as he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. But there is a flag in the backfield.
Well, that was a great takedown by the left tackle. He corralled the blitzing linebacker, Connor Eastwood, the senior.
Let's see where they're going to spot the ball. They're going to spot the ball just outside the 38, which would be 4th and 2.
You take the yardage here.
They're going to move the yardage back, play the field position game.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to move it back. First penalty of the second half by Milton. Their 6th penalty on the night for 45 yards. But that is from the spot of the foul, too. So that's even more as they push it back to the 15. Actually, yeah, right at the 20-yard line. They need to get to the 40, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 20 for the Panthers on the holding penalty. Wingate back in the shotgun. Yarborough to his right. Twin receivers, trips to the near side, single to the top. Wingate back to and there is
whistles
no
and
play.
flags.
And we're going to have another hanky on the field with 1:44 on the clock. And they're going to back him up 5 more yards, it looks like. Back to the 15-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 25.
Watch the draw play. They had a 3rd and long early, in the 2nd quarter, and they picked up first down yardage on the play.
And we're going to have a timeout with 1:24 on the clock as they try to regroup. And let's head out to our commercial break. We'll be right back with 1:24 on the clock here in the 3rd. Bob Grant and Irish Bill on IrishBillSports.com.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
3rd and 25 for the Panthers from their own 15. 1:24 on the clock. Here in the third quarter, 21-7 Navarre. Wingate back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to be forced out of the pocket. Devin Wright, and they're going to throw it, and it's going to be no. Maybe he went over his back to try to get the interception, and it's going to be a pass interference against Navarre, but I don't believe it's going to be an automatic first down.
It is an automatic first down. As Xavier Thomas, a talented defensive back, limps off the field. That call, I think, was encouraged just a little bit by the Milton coaching staff. What do you think?
Possibly. They're going to move the ball out to the 30. And it's not. No automatic first down. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now for the Panthers from their own 30.
I did not see the call by the referee.
Wingate in the pistol. Yarborough to his left. Twins to both sides. Wingate looking to pass. He's feeling forced out of the pocket, and he's got nowhere to go. And he's met there after a minimal gain by Sebastian Melendez, the younger brother of Big Bubba Elijah Melendez. And it's going to be a gain out to the 35. A gain of 5, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Milton's, they thought about going for it on 4th down.
So we're down to 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's 4th and 5, sending out the punt team for the 6th time tonight. And Coach Bagley is yelling at one of his Raiders, and then we're going to have a timeout. I believe Navarre is going to take their first timeout.
Second timeout.
Second timeout.
They burned one in early.
That is correct. They're down to 1 timeout here. And Coach Bagley was pretty hot there, Bob.
Yeah, he was. He was on the field a little bit. While we have a second, want to push a great fundraiser by the Navarre High School swim team. Sunday, September 22nd, 10 a.m. It's the WANA's second annual open water swim to benefit Navarre High School swim team. You can register online at wanaspagodas.com/openwaterswim.htm. I guess they just swim out in the sound. Go and swim. It's about a mile swim. $40 registration includes breakfast and a souvenir towel. And all proceeds benefit the Navarre High School swim team. For more information, contact David Walker, 393-5404.
Swimming, not one of my strong suits. I'm sort of like go out there and like a sinking log.
Landlubber, are you?
Arr. Gabe Davis on the return at his own 29. No blocking, a nice return. Still on his feet in the midfield, over the midfield stripe, and down to the Panther 48-yard line. And I'm looking back, no hankies on the turf.
No hankies on the turf, but there was a shoe, and I think that was Gabe's. Ran out of his shoes.
6 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter, 21-7. Navarre, no scoring going on in this third quarter so far. Let's see if we can go to this FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com scoreboard and bring you up some scores here. Crestview down to Godby in the fourth quarter, 27-20.
Wow.
Niceville 29, Fort Walton Beach 17. First and 10 Raiders at the Panther 48-yard line. It's going to be handoff to Antonio. 4 tough yards down inside the 45. Actually, they're going to spot the ball right at the 45, so give him 3 yards, and that will run out the clock in the third quarter. At the end of 3, Navarre 21 and Milton 7 on IrishMillSports.com. Let's head out back and heard a weird word, not just a word from our sponsors. Okay.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishMillSports.com.
Second and 7 for the Raiders as we start to the fourth quarter. We're going to move the clock over to the fourth quarter. And we're going to put a new 12 minutes, fresh 12 minutes on the clock. That's going to be intercepted. First interception, second turnover for the Raiders as Courtney tried to find his receiver over there, Tyler England, but an interception by number 15. That would be Daniel McDonald, and the Panthers take over on the interception.
Yeah, underthrew his receiver just a little bit. If he had to do it over again, probably would not have thrown the ball.
Second turnover for Navarre. Have yet to force one in the last game and a half.
Yep. Although I don't know if a high snap is called a forced turnover on a punt, but Milton has put the ball on the ground.
Wingate back in. Milton coming out of the north end zone now from their own 34-yard line after the interception. It's going to be handoff to Yarborough. He's got a nice gain out to the 39-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry, bring up second and 5.
Navarre has given up in the Gulf Breeze game. They gave up big yardage to the talented
Trevor Nelson.
Yeah, he sure did. And
he kind of struggled last week against Catholic, only rushed for about 60 yards.
Catholics for real now.
They are for real. We'll give you some score updates when we get a chance. Let's start that clock in the fourth quarter. Second and 5 for the Panthers from their own 39. Wingate back to pass. He throws a quick out to his intended receiver. Not much yardage there. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. The great coverage there by Xavier Thomas. And Nate Herring will finish him off after a -1 yard gain on the pass to number 18, it looks like. -1.
Nick Hernandez, he went off injured. Good to see him back in.
It's going to bring up third and 6.
Yep.
For the Panthers as we're down to 10:29.
Watch the scramble here, quarterback draw, or some kind of design play. He's been their bread and butter all night.
And nice coverage by Trent Hull.
Yep, that was a bang play. Could have gone either way.
And it's going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Panthers on the incompleted pass. So mainly defense here in the second half so far, Bob.
Sure has, 21-7. And Got to watch perhaps for a trick play. It's at the 38, 39-yard line. Milton's got nothing to lose, down by 14 with 10 minutes left in the game.
8th punt on the night for the Panthers. Casey Padgett and now Current. Current is our current punter. He's going to take a nice hop out inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Nice punt.
Very effective.
By Comantre Current. It's going to stop the clock at 9:59, where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from their own 16.
Tomorrow at the Destin Aquatic Club, the Navarre High Swimmers, along with several area swim teams, participate in a freestyle invitational. It's only freestyle strokes. That's that would be the kind of meet that I'd like to compete in. Anyway, I think it gets going about 1 p.m. at the old Destin Y in Destin.
Courtney in the shotgun. 9:59 on the clock. Our good sponsor, Ursula Mike Householder, checking in. Thanks, Ursula and Mike. And daughter-in-law, Allie Householder. Go Raiders. Great supporter of Navarre Raider football on IrishBillSports.com. It's going to be a handoff to the near side. Jaden Antonio with the carry. He's going to get out over the 25. A nice gain out to the 24. Give him 8 yards on the carry. 2nd and 2.
He's been a nice change of pace runner for Navarre. Runs hard, pretty shifty. And that's the kind of first down yardage you want. You want to get, when you have 2nd and short, that really does kind of open the playbook. I'd be very surprised if Navarre even thinks about trying to throw the ball here.
Courtney, 2nd and 2. Raiders out to their own 24-yard line. 9:27 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. I'll be on the road tomorrow, Bob, heading over to Fort Valley State, where Miles College, and we'll get their season started. My son Brady will be a senior at Miles, and they're fresh off trying to defend their SIAC, Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference title from last year. Easy for me to say, huh?
Yeah, I'll be out in the sun cheering on my girls swimming for Navarre High, and you'll be in a car.
We'll be in a car for 5 hours.
5 hours.
But it's worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Heading over, it's near Warner Robins Air Force Base in Macon, Georgia, in Houston County, not Houston, Houston. A penalty against Navarre is going to back him up 5 yards, and they're going to catch Antonio in the backfield. No going there. As he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, he's going to lose 2 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd and actually it's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Milton continues to get great penetration on the offensive line. Now, will Navarre try to throw the ball and dare a mishap, or just run the ball?
They're shifting a lot of players in and out tonight, Bob. Is it because of the hot temperatures, possibly?
It could be. Could be.
Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver wide open, and it's going to be intercepted again. Tyler England's going to chase him down from behind with a 2nd interception for Courtney as he tried to find Tyler Martinez at about the 30, but it's picked off there by number 18, I believe. No, it actually was 16, Stephen English. The 3rd turnover for the Raiders tonight.
Yeah, wide receiver was open. Uncharacteristically, Courtney did not get it where it needed to be. Great field position and some momentum change here in this 4th quarter.
It's 8:09 on the clock. Panthers take over at the Raider 14-yard line. Wingate's going to keep it. He's going to go off left tackle, but a nice tackle from the corner slot by Tyler England. Tyler stepping in both ways now. And he's going to gain 2 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Just outside the Raiders' 10-yard line.
It's one thing you don't want to do on a Milton team, keep them hanging around. You want to put them away, and Milton has been up to the challenge tonight.
2nd and 8 for the Panthers. A high snap, but Wingate corrals it, and it's going into the end zone for a Milton touchdown.
Or maybe not. Yes, it is. Looked like he stepped out of bounds.
And that looks like number 8. If that is number 8, that's the freshman. He is a big young man for a freshman.
Yeah.
And the Panthers back on the board, taking care of that short field position. A 11-yard pass from Wingate to Cottrell.
He's got to be 6'2" or 6'3".
And Milton back on the board. Extra point is blocked, 21-13. So a touchdown pass for Wingate at the 7:30 mark of the fourth quarter. Cuts the lead to 8 on the missed extra point.
May have been Grady Kelly. Grady Kelly on the block.
11-yard pass from Wingate to Cottrell.
So, if you're Coach Lee of Milton, do you say, is it too early to do any kind of onside kick? I mean, your defense has stopped Navarre pretty much in the second half. And of course, Navarre's thrown interceptions too. But
what I'm thinking right now, Bob, is Courtney's thrown 2 interceptions in the last 3 series. Let's turn the ball back over to him, see if he'll do it again. If I'm Harry Lees,
yeah.
So I would kick it deep and let their defense
play field position.
Play field position, possibly force another turnover. High kickoff is going to come down at the 8-yard line. Gabe Davis underneath it at the 8, and he's going to go down right there. And they'll back the Raiders up, and the momentum Uncle Mo has switched over to the Milton side of the field.
It sure has, and Navarre has not faced this so far this year. We'll see how they respond. Milton's defense in the back of their mind saying Navarre's probably not going to try to throw the ball. However, that allows the defense to put 6 or 7 or 8 in the box and try to stuff that run.
Most definitely. 21-13, Navarre over Milton on the road. But the Panthers with the only touchdown here in the second half. Nice run by Antonio. He's going to get out to the 19-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of, looked like 7. Nice run by Antonio on first down, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Trent Hall, a wide receiver, lined up at wide out, had a nice chip block on the corner, allowing him to get the extra yardage.
Raiders 2nd and 2 at their own 19. 6:50 on the clock, in counting here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a handoff, a keeper by Courtney, and he has a Raiders first down out over the 20, out to the 23, and it should be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, nice job by Courtney. Took the ball out of the running back's hand. Saw the Milton defense had good penetration.
Is he short? It's going to be short in inches. Looked like he had a little bit more yards than that. And I think we should have a measurement here. That is pretty darn close.
Yeah, the offense can request it.
And they are right at the chain. We need a measurement here, in my opinion.
They got it by the nose of the football. Speaking nose of football, my Seminoles are at home tomorrow, 5 o'clock kickoff against Louisiana Monroe.
What does that mean, really?
The Hawks? I don't know. Listen. I don't know what to expect from
I don't either. It's going to be Antonio needs to go forward. I think he got enough for the first. They did give him the first down on the last play, so he did have enough yardage on that. So the Raiders did to get the first down. And that's going to bring up second down as they get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Antonio with the carry, 2nd and 10. Clock down to 5:47. Here in the fourth quarter, 21-13, Milton trailing Navarre here at home. Courtney looks aside, changes the play call. They're going to split 4 receivers to the far side. They're going to break it up, and Courtney's going to try and scramble, but he's got nowhere to go, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 20. as they busted up the corner. Nice play over there by the Milton Panthers. Busting up. They had that quad set up over there.
Screen, yeah. He wanted to then run up the middle, and he had no lane open. 3rd and 11.
So Milton kind of forcing the Raiders' hand right here. And put the ball in the air at 4:50 and counting here. And it's going to be caught.
Yes.
It's close to the first down marker. Let's see where they're going to spot the ball at. It's pretty close. That was Trent Hall here on the near side with the reception.
Nice job coming back on the ball. Courtney got blasted.
Looks like he's about a half yard short. It's going to be a 10-yard completion to Hall on his second catch of the night. That's the first completion for Courtney in the fourth quarter here. And their play clock rounding down to 5, 4, 3. And the Raiders are going to call their last time out here. With 4:11 on the clock.
Well, Milton, how big was that block extra point? Because now it's an 8-point game, and if Milton scores, they'd have to go for 2. But Jay Walls is, I'm not sure at this point in the game they would want to go for it deep in their own territory. Milton has had the momentum in this second half. It just feels that way, definitely in the fourth quarter. So need Tyler to get off a great punt here. If I was Milton, I certainly would not try to put a full rush on and perhaps rough the kicker. I'd play for a safe return and set up a return. They've been successful on returns. He sent no one back. Nice punt down
inside the 20, and it's going to come to roll at the 18. And Kobe Johnson down there saying, go a little bit further as the clock reaches down to 3:58. A beautiful punt by Tyler England from his own 31-yard line all the way down to the 18. So 19 and 31, another 50-yard punt for Tyler England.
Yeah, and he might be the difference in this football game. Certainly the long bomb didn't, touchdown pass by Marlin didn't hurt, but he has flipped the field consistently tonight. Tyler England has on his punts. We want to
41.8 average on the night on 5 punts.
That's not bad. A lot of colleges punters would love to have that. We want to thank the Milton High School band boosters. They've taken care of us tonight, made sure the AC was on. They brought us a fan. They brought us food, water. We certainly appreciate that.
And a great place to sit and bring you the games live here on IrishBillSports.com. First and 10 for the Panthers from their own 19 after the 50-yard punt by Tyler England. The Raiders defense needs to make a stop here, Bob.
Yep, absolutely.
Wingate in the shotgun. First and 10 for the Panthers from their 19. It's going to be a handoff to Yarborough. A nice run. He's going to get outside the 20, the 25, the 30, out to the 31. A gain of 12 and a first and 10 Panthers.
Yeah, they may not need to run the ball. To throw the ball here. They're getting big yardage in Yarborough. Holy shamolis, has gotten lots of yards, especially after contact.
10 carries for 60 yards. It seems like more than that.
Yep.
It's going to be first and 10 Milton from their 31. 3:33 on the clock. First and 10 Panthers. And off to Yarborough. He's going to be taken down, but not before he gets out to the 35, a gain of 3. Going to get it and spot the ball right down at the 34. So a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for Milton.
Yeah.
3:10 on the clock.
Be interested to see Navarre putting. Now, I was going to say if they're going to put a bunch in the box here.
Wingate's going to keep it himself. He's going to get to the outside, break one tackle. He's going to get out near the 40-yard line.
Stays in bounds.
At the 39, he's going to be short the first down, about 2 yards. So give him 5 yards on the keeper. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
It's like Navarre's going with single coverage. This should be run all the way.
3rd and 2 for the Panthers from their 39. 2:30 on the clock. It's going to be a handoff to Yarborough. He's got a first down as he trudges past the Trenchman out to the 44-yard line for another Panther first down.
Yeah, he ran past his lineman. It was sure grit on that young man, keeping his legs driving for the extra yardage.
1st and 10 Panthers from their 45. They're moving the ball here, moving the chains. Trying to get back in this ball game, trailing 21-13. It's going to be a quick hitter and throws behind the freshman wide receiver. What a night this freshman wide receiver has had.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a freshman, does he?
No, he sure doesn't. I bet you he plays basketball, too.
We're going to hear a lot of this young man over the next 4 years. Raymond Cottrell, only a freshman.
And he also plays defensive back, I believe.
2:03 on the clock. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 on the incompleted pass.
Yep.
Wingate from his own 45-yard line. Twins to the near side, single to the top of the screen. Wingate's going to go under center. Going to throw a quick out. He's got the quick pass. And not much to go there. He does break one tackle of Xavier Thomas. And he's going to get like 3 yards on the tackle by Jaden Rivera here on the near sideline. They're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line, a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up 37 and a Milton timeout.
And that will leave them, I believe, with 1 timeout left.
Navarre has utilized all their full allotment of timeouts. And we're down to 1:54 here. Sorry with my clock management on my carry. It's hard to call a game and do the clock as well.
Well, you do a good job.
I try.
You do a good job.
1:54 on the clock. Navarre out on top, 21-13 here on the road. And Milton is trying to valiantly come back in this contest here in the 4th quarter. They took the short field on the interception, and they finished it off with an 11-yard pass from Wingate to Cottrell. Extra point was blocked. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Panthers from their 48. Wingate back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's got a receiver downfield, and it's going to be caught. And inside the 5, he fumbled it, and the Raiders are going to recover in the end zone. The Raiders are going to recover.
Touchback.
For a touchback.
Oh,
the receiver caught it down into the 3-yard line. He could not hold on the ball, and the Raiders recover.
Penalty flags also on the play.
I think we're going to have a celebration penalty against Navarre.
Now, Milton's going to say maybe his knee was down, and unfortunately in high school, at least in the regular season, you don't have replay. In the playoffs, you do.
See what they're going to call here. Are they going to award the ball to? They're going to have unsportsmanlike against Navarre, but I think that was after the recovery. So Navarre will take over, it looks like. And the Raiders will have 1st and 10 from their own 10. But, wow, what a completion from Wingate to the receiver, number 13, Cam Hall. It's going to go down as a 42-yard pass play, actually from their own 45, so down to the 2. So 48 and 5, 53-yard pass play to Cam Hall. And he fumbles on the Raider 2-yard line, and the Raiders recover in the end zone with 1:41 to go.
Not all high school crews have, most of them do now, have 5 members on the field. And the back judge was right there, and probably good for Navarre that he was. He saw the fumble. He was in position. And I got to take my hat off to the quarterback, Wingate. I said, can't throw the ball very well. He winged that one pretty good.
And he put it right there, and his receiver stretched out and caught it right in stride. Unfortunately, kind of broke his coordination a little bit there. It's going to be handoff here to the outside. Stay in bounds, young man. Jaden Rivera is going to run hard, and he's going to run out to he's going to step out of bounds at the 19, it looks like. And it's going to be a 12-yard run for Rivera and a Raider first down. So that's going to move the Raiders off of their goal line on the first down carry by Jaden Rivera with 1:32 on the clock.
Milton's got one timeout left.
He's got to stay in bounds on that, Bob.
He does. He does. Call that a sophomore mistake. But he'll learn. But he got the first down yardage, which is terrific.
And the play clock is looking goose egg right now, so that's a 5-yard penalty against Navarre.
Yeah, that I don't understand because the clock was dead.
Well, reset to 40 normally, and then they'll turn it. And then, but apparently when he went out of bounds, the Raiders were kind of slow coming back to the line of scrimmage, and thus the 5-yard penalty for delay of game. .132 on the clock. Raiders going to run it. Rivera on the carry back to the line of scrimmage. And Milton's going to take I believe it's their second timeout with 1:26 on the clock. So the Raiders will have a second and 15 coming up here. No gain on the carry by Rivera.
I misspoke. Rivera is a junior. And that was a big play forcing him out of bounds. So I had thought they had used two timeouts already. I certainly can be wrong. The clock operator now with the 40-second clock, usually they have two guys up in the booth, two officials in the booth doing the clock, one doing the 40 and one doing the regular play clock. But the yards to go and the down, and unlike it at Bennett Russell Stadium in Navarre.
So let's go back to that completed pass. That was a nice catch by the receiver and throw by Wingate, but the defense didn't give up, and they went and they knocked the ball loose and recovered in the end zone. There was no other Milton Panthers around for about 10, 15 yards, so all it had to do was stay. Well, either way, if it went out of bounds, it's going to be Rivera on the carry. He's going to get to the outside and get back to the line of scrimmage. And the clock continues to run. I believe Milton is out of timeouts, as you are correct, Bob. They can't stop the clock. It's going to be 3rd and 15. No gain for Rivera on that carry. 3rd and 15 as the clock goes down under a minute of play here.
Navarre hustling, shuffling players in and out.
As we're down to 47.
Play clock winding down here.
And, yeah, that was 3rd down, so they don't have to run another play, Bob, and that should be the ball game. And looks like the Raiders are going to hold on in this one.
Yeah, definitely take your hats off to Milton. They fought hard in this game, stayed in it. And Navarre did not score in the second half.
Navarre shut out in the second half. In fact, most of their scoring has been done in the first half this season. 27 last week against Pace. They put up, I believe, 21 against Gulf Breeze in week 1. So the Raiders have only scored a couple of touchdowns in the second half in their first 3 games. They'll have to have a little bit more consistency going into that game next week at Lincoln.
Yeah, and we're playing with a short week, too, with a Thursday game, I believe. So the preparation time. But take your hats off to Milton. They
fought hard in this ball game.
They sure did. And in their district, let's see, they've got Escambia, Washington, Gulf Breeze, and Mosley. They should finish up close to the top, perhaps, in that district if they play as well the rest of the year as they did tonight.
Well, the Raiders have proved a 3-0 on the season, their first road victory on the season. Jay Wall's 73rd to win in 90 games. He just continues to find a way to win somehow.
He does, and, give the Raiders credit. They didn't fold, and they played smart football, down the stretch. But, credit did not see who forced the fumble, and we'll find out from Coach Walls when he reviews game tape. But we do know who recovered it, and that was, late in the game. That's the turning point right there.
That was a great recovery by the Raiders because they were beat on that. That was a great pass by Wingate. And he caught his receiver right in stride, but he was kind of tilting a little bit forward.
Momentum carried
his balance, and he was one of the defenders came up behind him. I don't know if it was Jabari Mitchell. I know he plays here on the left corner.
Right.
Might have been Jabari Mitchell, but they force a fumble at the 2-yard line as Milton was going in to possibly a chance at a 2-point conversion to tie this game up.
Exactly, and sending it overtime, and then as you know, anything can happen. But the Raiders get it done. It was a hard-fought victory. I don't know. Again, we keep saying and giving credit to Milton, which we should. Was the Raiders looking ahead a little bit next? I don't know. I hate to. It's an intercounty rival. It's not a district game.
Well, I know one observation that I'm making coming out of this ball game, Bob, is if they play like this way next week against Lincoln, they will not have the same outcome.
It'll be a long drive back for us. Is that what you're saying back?
Yeah, it could be a long drive back. So our next broadcast, actually our show, will be on Wednesday night at Culver's from 7 to whenever we decide to finish. We're going to go out and take a commercial break, and then we'll be back with final statistics and our players of the game. Bob Grant and Irish Bill on Jock. There I go. Once a night, I always say it, on IrishBillSports.com. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planner's qualified vacation planner, Judy Bruce, today. She is a full-service agent, ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at DandyLionsJourneyTravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs. Whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world, her 16 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free marketing analysis to see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are all behind you at the field or while you're watching at home.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Irish Bill and Bob Grant back at Hurley Manning Field at Haywood Hanna Stadium on the campus of Milton High School, where we saw the Raiders prevail on this night, 21-13, as they held on in the second half. And, Bob, let's go over to the scoreboard. We got some scores coming up. Escambia 23, Pine Forest 20 in the fourth quarter. Good game there. As we know, Washington, for real, second consecutive shutout, 38-0. They have not given up a point on the season. Gulf Breeze with their first win on the road at Choctaw, 27-24. Niceville over Fort Walton, 29-17.
That improves them to 3-0.
Let's go over to the 5A scoreboard here. I want to thank my good friend Joshua Wilson at FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com for all that he does for not only high school football but flag football as well in the spring with the young ladies. West Florida, goes down 44-14 to Catholic on the night. Arnold with a big win over Walton, 40-34. Wow. And we already talked about the Godby game and the Washington game and Gulf Breeze. Let's move on down to most of the rest of our games are going to be in 1A. And I'm not going to say that, Tim. You're never going to get me to say that about Bama. I'm sorry. Our cameraman, Tim, always tries to get me to say something, but I will never, ever say that. Weewaw going down to Maclay tonight, 43-18. North Florida Christian in a tight game with Jefferson County, 28-24 in the fourth quarter. Vernon up on top of Ottawa, 44-41.
A basketball score.
So the Yellow Jackets, I love their colors over there at Vernon High. Baker all over South Walton, 42-7. Bozeman over Chipley, 21-20. Freeport over Pike Liberals Arts I believe that's out of Alabama.
Troy.
43-28. Sneads over Holmes County, 27-20. Flomaton over Jay, 40-0. Bluntstown, their first game at home since almost 11 months since Hurricane Michael. And it's great to see Coach Bo Johnson as they have 24 players on their roster. Wow. And they take out another higher classification team tonight, 37-16 over Mariana. Cottondale over Liberty County, 28-7. Port St. Joe all over Franklin County, 42-6. And now we're going to end that right. That's most of our teams in our area. Let's get back to our contest here. And where we saw the Raiders hold on is mainly the big arm of Marlon Courtney, but he threw two big picks in the second half.
Yeah, tale of two halves for him. And Milton came in the game, to me, very prepared. Looks like, they really studied game film and looked at the tendencies that Navarre had. They blitzed Marlon and got in his face, and perhaps that may have caused some of the, the short passes.
So the Raiders, Marlon Courtney finishes the night 11 of 15, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And that gives him 25 now in his career at Navarre. And the Raiders hold on. They had a 21-7 halftime lead. And Milton scores 6 in the fourth quarter. He has a chance to score, but a great defensive play by the Raiders defense as they come up big twice. First on the high snap, they score. And then on the completed pass, I tell you, that was a gorgeous pass and catch by Wingate and Cam Hall. But the Raiders were Johnny on the spot.
I thought he was gone for a touchdown. But they hustled back, got to the ball, stripped him. Ball went in the end zone. They, certainly did not stop. And fortunately, it bounced Navarre's way. And sometimes you got to do that. Good teams will do that. I know, I go back to the years in Fort Walton, and you're going to have games like this, but ahead is a district game next week against Lincoln. You got a short week, not a whole lot of time to prepare, and they're certainly going to be slinging the ball around the field.
And a 3-hour road trip.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah, exactly. But is this the first meeting between Lincoln and?
This is the first regular season meeting between these two teams. They played back in 2010 in the region finals. A thriller of a game, 34-33. Lincoln won in triple overtime against Navarre. Went on to win the state title that year.
You covered that game.
I covered that game. It was a spotty broadcast at best, as we had a lot of issues over weather connectivity. But what a great game! And unfortunately, that was the last game that Ian Lockwood would attend before he ended up passing away in January the following year. But he got the game ball in the Gators bowl game that year. But yeah, the only time they have played is in the playoffs. They have never met in regular season.
Yep, I listened to the game online, and I kept refreshing and
yeah, hopefully we will not have those same issues come Thursday night.
Right.
But we will be back on video. Sorry for any inconvenience tonight. You got to see us, our smiling faces all night long. Bring you Raider football. As win or lose or draw, we're always happy to be here to bring you Raider football.
Absolutely.
So now it's time to get to our Ian Lockwood players of the game. And you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards Noah Wingate from Milton.
No doubt. He or that running back, the running back. The wide receiver Cottrell had a good game for them as well.
You fine with Noah Wingate?
Absolutely.
And now we go to our offensive player, and I got to give it to Tyler England. I mean, Tyler with 5 receptions on the night for 111 yards and a score. Yeah, Courtney was getting the ball, but the difference, the 2 interceptions might have changed my thought process a little bit. And I want to go with Tyler England.
And to me, as important or more important is him punting the football. He literally flipped the field every time, and he averaged.
I think we've already decided our special teams player of the game as well.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler England.
No doubt.
42 yards a punt on 5 punts tonight. And now our defensive, gosh, it goes to so many. Jeffrey Maddox doing a great job.
Devin Wright.
Devin Wright had a big game tonight.
Paul
Schultz. Grady Kelly.
Grady.
But I'm kind of leaning towards Devin Wright.
The sophomore.
The younger brother.
Ways.
Pretty soon it's going to be Dante's going to be his older brother, and everybody's going to be referring to Devin. Only a sophomore. Same time frame that Dante came into the mix on varsity was his sophomore year.
Right.
Devin, a little bit bigger individual, 6'1", about 210, 215. Plays defensive line and tight end for the Raiders.
And he had some big blocks on offense.
Now I'm going to go. If you're in agreement, I'm going to go with Devin Wright,
absolutely.
our defensive player of the game, and our special teams player of the game. We've already mentioned Tyler England, our special teams player of the game. Well, the Raiders held on in this hot, warm night here in the Panhandle of Florida. Couldn't think of anywhere else to be. If you're not here, we're glad that you tuned in to IrishBillsSports.com, and all season long, you'll be hearing the Raiders. This is my 11th year doing Navarre football. It seems like I just started the other day. And my very first game on the other side of this field, up in the home side press box, as you walk in the door on the right, and I'm in the back. I was on for just a few plays in that game. The Raiders lost that night. It was a Monday night game where they lost to Milton 50-35 as a makeup game. And I can remember vividly standing there in the press box and say, gosh, I get a chance to talk about football and sports and then bringing it to all the people. And now I am, 11 years later, I have my own broadcasting business. Still enjoy it as much as I did back then. Probably enjoy it more because it's my own. It's something that I've worked towards. And I got to thank Robert Williamson at JockJive.com and for grooming me. He'll say he didn't do a whole lot, but he taught me how to the operation side of thing as far as setup, production, and everything. And thanks a lot to Robert Williamson for bringing me along and helping me live out my dream and my own company.
Absolutely, and please, we pray for a safe trip and a good ball game and enjoyment for you and your lovely wife. Getting to enjoy you doing your dad time. Tomorrow I'll be on the pool deck at Destin Aquatic Club doing my dad time. And
isn't it great?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it great to be a dad?
Oh, it is. Many blessings.
You have four kids that you have helped raise. I have two. My daughter Brooke is 25. My son Brady, 21, a senior at Miles College. And one promise that I made to him when he decided where he was going to go play football, that I was going to try and make every single one of his games. He's played in 32 games, and I've been, God willing, and fortunate enough to be at all 32 of his games so far.
And that's that is such a blessing, and to be able to do that, and that our kids have the athletic ability that we may or may not have had ourselves.
No,
I mean I can swim a little bit, but asked me to do. My daughter's a freshman. She had to do a 500-yard swim.
That's like 10 laps there and back, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, and she told me in the morning, she kissed me goodbye as she went to school, and she said, "Dad, I got to do a 500." I said, "Honey, you can do it. You can do it." So we hope.
She probably did quite well, didn't she?
Oh, she did. She did. She's got her mom's good looks, and unfortunately, my
kids got my wife's good looks as well.
Well, we're blessed men. We can say that.
We definitely are.
Safe travels tomorrow as you head up to Georgia, and
thank you.
And we'll do this again, and we'll talk. I'll see you Wednesday at Culver's. We'll talk about how do we get to Tallahassee? Which way are we going to take it?
I was thinking about leaving possibly about 11 or noon or something like that, or around there. Because it takes, about 3 hours to get. It's down in the southern part of Tallahassee.
You're driving or me driving? I'm a slow driver, so you might be able to get there in 2 hours.
Might be better me driving. But, we'll see you Wednesday night from Culver's, Thursday from Tallahassee. And hopefully you've enjoyed this 21-13 Raider victory on the road as they complete a 3-0 record against teams from Santa Rosa County. Started off the season with a 28-21 win over the Gulf Breeze. Last week a 34-0 whitewash apace. And they had to hold on for a 21-13 win here in Milton. And for Bob Grant, it's been Irish Bill on IrishBillSports.com. Until Wednesday night, may the wind ever be at your back. This is Irish Bill signing off. Good night, Navarre. Of course, we got to play our music.
Your nursing degree online by starting today.
And we'll end out with our